On this video, Julius Malema will speak about how his sentencing was unsuccessful and stand to be contested. He didn't go to prison as people were expected. He was sentenced 5 years into prison, but it didn't happen. On this video, he talks into detail as for why it didn't become a success. And look at this.
So EFF leader Julius Malema is back in the Kugombo City Magistrates Court this morning. It's a big day for his political career. He's appearing in court for sentencing. So by the end of today, we should know whether or not Julius Malema is going to be sentenced to direct.
You even wish you can cut it so that you pass the lie detector. So this finger never moved. Because I joined the struggle so young. So much that I'm able to predict what is next. Because in her racism, she showed a dislike for me. And she didn't use the law. She used the feelings. So the law doesn't work like that. That's why we criticize you tomorrow. And the following day, when you are on the right side of the law, we agree with you. People say it's flip-flopping. It's the law. Unfortunately, it's not feelings. I might have a strong feelings about Pravin Gordhan and what he did to me. But you can't ill-treat him in my presence and treat him outside the Constitution and hope I will agree with you. Doesn't matter how much I disagree with him. I don't work like that. So from the beginning, I just saw that we've got a problem here. And that has been an AfriForum strategy, that you ought to charge him with everything and try everything until we get a racist judge who's going to send him to prison. Not because I did anything wrong, because you disagree with me politically and you are unable to persuade me. You decide to use the courts to fight political battles. But I'm happy that we're in a constitutional democracy where there is a recourse. I will go to the next appeal court until the constitutional court, because I must find justice. Why? Justice is, I'm being sent to jail for having discharged a firearm in public. It's a Criminal Procedure Act. So in a criminal case, there ought to be two versions. And the one who alleges has to prove beyond any reasonable doubt that this is what this guy did. So the state comes with the gun and says, you have shot this gun. They even give it a name. They describe it. And I come with the version and I say, I shot a toy gun and I give it to her. I say, it looks exactly, it has got muzzle flashes, it has got the weight of a real gun. I give it to her, she's like, you can replay that if you've got capacity.
Is a toy gun story your final answer?
It's a toy gun, right? Then she says, this one who gave me this gun that I'm charged with, actually didn't give me a gun. And then they removed that gun from the case. In Criminal Procedure Act, if there are two versions, once you remove this version, only one version stands, which is my version. Because the state was unable to prove beyond any reasonable doubt that this gun that is being described to have been handed over to me is the one that this guy handed over to me. In the absence of this guy, accused number 2, the gun is removed from the case. As I'm talking to you now, which gun am I being sent to prison for having discharged in public? Because that gun is not there in the police custody. They released it. So when a gun is found to have committed crime, that gun is seized to the state. It's taken away. It's going to be destroyed because it was used to commit crime. Where is this gun that I used to commit crime so that the state can destroy it? The gun that they said I've used is with the firm, is working, is continuing its job. yet I'm sent to prison for a gun that is not there. So that is not law. That is feelings. We tell her the gun was released before you passed judgment, a conviction. The guy was told a night before, come and take your firearm tomorrow morning. He arrives in the morning. He gets given a firearm back. A judgments get delivered after, because he can only get his gun if he's not found guilty. The state transport the gun from Danzani to East London that morning, which is not heard of, because once he's not found guilty, he has to drive to Danzani so that they release it from Danzani police station. No, mine that I'm found guilty of is released at the back office of the court.
But that assumes that the prosecutor knew the judgment before it was delivered.
It's only fair, because my witness who came on sentencing told the magistrate that the gun was returned before you passed the judgment. She never questioned my witness, which means her testimony stands because it's unchallenged. It's criminal law.
Yeah. But
the prosecutor did not challenge my witness who said, you gave away the gun. It's on record before the judgment. What happens is, on the sentencing day, we mentioned that the gun was released before you passed a judgment. She said, a firearm is released before the judgment. They say, yes. The witness said it in front of you. You didn't challenge it. Says, no, I'm just saying, I just want to tell you, this court is not aware of that. This court, which means the court is not listening. The court is not listening because it's racist. It doesn't care who says what. Then the prosecutor stand up to say, let me deal with this thing of the firearm being released. And then he explains. We say to the prosecutor, even if you gave him after the conviction, the not guilty verdict, you had no right. Because once it is used as evidence before the court, it is only the court that will determine what's going to happen to that evidence which was used in before the court. You have no such a power. You abused your powers. That's why we wrote a complaint to NDPP now, that the prosecutor abused his power in that he came into contact with the judgment prior and made this arrangement and so on and so. That's why I'm at ease, because really she was not using the law. So the law and emotions can be in serious conflict.
So in summary, right, you think that you would be able to be acquitted based on all those technicalities?
It's not technicalities, it's a reality. Because there's no another case against me. Yeah. Because you said I'm given a gun. Yes, I was handed over a gun. You describe it. Then you are unable to prove it beyond reasonable doubt. The magistrate removes that gun from the scene. What are you left with? You are left with me alone. There's no any other version.
What would have been an ideal sentence?
And you know what happens? After we debate that thing in sentencing, that when she says, oh, I didn't know, then we argue that even if he gave him after, you had the role to determine what happens to that evidence. In a sentencing, she doesn't speak about that firearm, which she debated the day before. The following day, when she gives a sentence, that which was a bone of contention to her, that a firearm was released without her knowing, is not in a judgment, because she can't answer it.
Your legal representatives seem to concede that even if there may be, for lack of a better word, a case to answer, right, or some kind of responsibility, the sentences must not be so harsh as to be ridiculous, right? So are you saying that, okay, let me ask it this way, what would have been an ideal, if we set aside the fact that you believe this person is racist, there's an agenda, there's a political trial, AfriForum and what, and we're just purely looking at the fact that there was a firearm discharged in public, what would have been the ideal outcome that would be fair in terms of everyone being equal before the law?
I'm equal before the law. I'm not any special. You allege I discharged a firearm in a public space, right? Where there is a joint operation center that is led by SAPS, which is direct opposite to the stage. The person who was heading JOG says, I didn't see any gun. I didn't hear any gun.
Yeah.
I was there throughout. The people were there. Not a single one of them complained of a firearm. Not one. On the stage, I had 4 SAPS protectors, which they gave their statements. It's there. And she never entertained that as well.
Yeah.
4 VIP protection from SAPS. If I'm seen to be committing any crime in the presence of the police, they had a duty to arrest
you on the spot
immediately. Yeah. That did not happen. So when you say it's not political, what are you talking about? So later, you come with a video that is not confirmed who shot the video, who took what equipment was. Yes.
Yeah.
Then you call gear house people, you bring the gear house video. They say, no, the laptop that we used to generate this video is also lost. We don't know what happened to it, but here's the video. All of that has got no chain. The chain of evidence is broken throughout. You don't care about that. You really don't care. Why? Because you've got a predetermined agenda.
Yeah.
And that has been my struggle all my life.
Yeah. You said last week that you are